But it was 7 nameless, faceless youth who prayed heaven's glory down upon this congregation. Young men and young women, do not despise your youthfulness. Do not say that I am just a youth, because you have a divine purpose. Are y'all with me this morning? And as I hasten on, the second thing I want to let you know that if God gives you a divine purpose, he will give you divine backing. Is that right? Jeremiah said, but I am just a youth. This task is too great for me. But God replied, Jeremiah, no. Jeremiah, your youthfulness is not an excuse. Jeremiah, you have to obey and succumb to this task I have given you. You see, there's 2 types. Watch this. There's 2 types of response to God's call. Isaiah, y'all know Isaiah the prophet? Isaiah just heard a heavenly discussion going on. And he never even heard God mention his name in the discussion. But he threw up his hand and said, Lord, send me. I go. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all, help me. Yeah. I ain't like Isaiah. I wasn't like that. I'm somewhat like Jeremiah. I said, Lord, me? Who, me? I can't do this. They ain't going to receive me. This is old drug boy off the street. From Lineberger to West Shelby to Chestnut Street to Maple Street. They ain't want to hear me. But God said, it ain't about you. It ain't about you. I said, Lord, I'm that same man that was in the club and that midnight rambler and that alcoholic that felt like he had to drink beer from the time he got up to the time he laid down. But God said, it's not about you. He said, quit making excuses, because guess what? I have anointed and appointed you to preach this gospel. And I began to come to grips. I said, well, Lord, you know, there's some things you're going to have to do with me. Because I don't want to make you ashamed. I said, God, you're going to have to show enough to deliver me from alcohol. You're going to have to show enough to deliver me from clubbing and looking at a good-looking woman. God, those are things you're going to have to block my mind out to. Can I talk about me? I'm talking about this a young man telling God. Now, God charging me to go forth and preach the gospel. And I'm saying, Lord, I can't. I'm messed up from the floor up. And if you don't make me over, I'm going to be in trouble. God said, but guess what? It's still not about you. He said, your youthfulness is not an excuse. He said, go forth. So I went to my pastor. I began to share it, and he began to talk with me and asked me concerning my calling, and we got the date. You know, he had, oh God, he was interrogating. Oh, he was throwing all kinds of stuff. Are you sure? I said, the Lord said it. I'm here. The Lord said it. I know he said it because his voice was like my mama's and my daddy's voice. It was God. Because when I turned around, wasn't nobody around. And so we went forward. And I want you to know God never ceased to amaze me by the things he do every time I stand. Amen. Amen. But I was like Jeremiah. I wasn't like Isaiah Curtis. I just didn't give in like that. I wrestled for a while with this thing. Have you ever wrestled with the calling? Huh? Because you knew the responsibilities of the task, and you knew that judgment would be at your feet. Amen. It wasn't because I was scared, Vonda. I doubted that God would be right there or provide me with all the things I need to go forth. It was the fact that I knew, Lord, me. Oh, you better make it right. You better make it right. Y'all know me, didn't you? All y'all knew me, didn't you? All y'all, pretty much everybody knew me from when I was out in the world. If you didn't, you heard my name called somewhere. If it wasn't up but on the radio, on the news. Hey, it's funny, ain't it? But it's true. It's true. If it wasn't up but on the radio or something, or somebody said, boy, you know Von Lou's boy, that old bad boy, that boy took a gun and went over there and was shooting the other night. My mother-in-law, she went through hell, didn't she? But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but my mama, my grandma, my nana, I'm telling y'all now, I love that nana. Don't you mess with nana. Can I talk to y'all parents? She She was my spiritual grandmother also. She stimulated because she seen in me what I didn't see at first. I'm telling you, she made me so sick. Can I just talk today to y'all? She made me so, I was so disgusted. Every time she leave out, I tell my wife, you better not let her back in again. I mean, she stayed on me, Miss Barbara. She wouldn't let me cut her. Every time I walk in the house, because I was walking, I try to hurry up and get what I'm going to get and walk back up. And she said, where you going? Come back here. You need to get off them street. And she would tell me time and like I said, it got on my nerves. And that's what we got to do. We got to get on their nerves. We got to get on. It got on my nerves so bad, Miss Barbara. I said, I got to change. She would come to my house, take the stuff. You got that bill in that freezer. What you got that stuff in there for? She seen something in me, y'all. She said, we ain't going to let the enemy have him. But that's why I respect and I love her today, because she seen in me what I couldn't see. She seen that. And she stimulated. She said, Maurice, you got to, But I'm going to tell you something. When God converted me and changed my life, she was the first one there. And she backed me. I mean, she pushed me. She encouraged me. She said, every time I see my grandboy, and it made me happy. It made me feel good. She said, every time I come in the house, I see him. Because she was saying something positive. She said, every time I come in there and see him, she said, every time I come and see him, she bragged. She said, he be right there studying. Getting himself ready, getting himself prepared. Because she seen in me, Sister Haynes, what I couldn't see in myself. Because she seen, number one, that God had a divine purpose. And she knew that if God had a divine purpose, God will provide a divine backing. Yeah, but last but not least, God will give you a divine empowerment. God touched Jeremiah's mouth, didn't he? Jeremiah said he couldn't speak because of his youth. But God said, look, wait a minute. Back it up. I'm going to anoint your mouth. And you will speak with power to a nation. Yeah. How many know that God will never leave you nor forsake you?